Triangles are formations that are obtained by connecting at least two tops and two bottoms of the patterns. By connecting these points, we create the formation which has the shape of a triangle. Triangles can be symmetrical, ascending, descending, extended. This formation often occurs in fourth Elliot's waves if we follow the movement of the prices in a trend. Price forms a lower peak than the previous and higher bottom than the previous. The lower line represents the line of support, while the upper line represents the line of resistance. The price shows a symmetrical triangle. It consists of two symmetrical lines. The space between the two lines represents the space of consolidation. Symmetrical triangle, as well as other types of triangles, has to be defined with at least 4 points. In this case, these are the points 1, 2, 3, and 4. While the price achieved in point 3 must be lower than the price in point 1, and the price achieved in point 4 must be higher than the price achieved in point 2. Two symmetrical lines that overlap indicate that there is a balance between supply and demand in the market, so it can happen a breakthrough on both sides. In the case of bullish symmetrical triangle, it is believed that there will be a breakthrough in the same direction, or break through the resistance line marked with point 1 and 3. In the case of bearish symmetrical triangle, it's likely to happen a breakthrough support line. In this picture is shown bullish symmetrical triangle. After the break through the resistance line, marked with point 5, we have signal for buy. Target profit is the equal distance between points 1 and point 2, while the stop loss is set below the point 4. The following figure also shows a symmetrical triangle in the growing trend. Support line consists of 4 points or 4 bottoms. The third bottom was a bit broke the trend line, but it is not a problem, because as we have said several times, do not search perfections in the market because they rarely occur. Likewise, the two lines that form a triangle may not be ideal symmetrical. It is only important that they form bottoms which are higher than the previous and tops that are lower than the previous. Entering into position is made in the direction of the main trend. It means that you have to wait for a break through the top line of the patterns. It would be even safer if you're entering the trade after exceeding the previous peak. Stop loss is set below the E point, that is the previous bottom, while the expected target is height of the patterns that are marked with vertical blue line. Ascending triangle is in the growing trend. It consists of two lines. Bottom line consists of bottoms of which every following is higher than the previous, while the top lines forms peaks that are approximately at the same level. The break through this line provides a signal for buy. Stop loss is set below some of the previous bottoms, and take profit is the height of the pattern. The ascending triangle is in a declining trend. The top line of the pattern is formed of peaks where every next is lower compared to the previous. Bottom line consists of bottoms that are at the same level. The break through this line provides a signal for sell. Stop loss is set above the previous peak, and take profit is the height of the pattern. Pattern expanding triangle is a little different than other types of triangles. This pattern is formed by two lines that are extending. Top line of pattern is a line of resistance and consists of at least two peaks where every next is higher than the previous. The bottom line of the pattern is support line and is formed from at least two bottoms of which each following is lower compared to the previous. Entering into trade should be made in the direction of the main trend, but the rules for entering are a little bit different than before. In the declining trend, we enter the position at the top line of the pattern. The expected profit is down to the bottom line of the patterns. Stop loss is set above, for example, a round number, the previous peak, a level of Fibonacci extension from point E to point D, or just above the top line of the pattern. This pattern consists mostly of 5 points, 4 points that form the shape of triangle, while the fifth point is the level of entry into the position. A disadvantage of this pattern is that we have no validation of break through the patterns, such as the case with the previous triangles. This pattern doesn't have a high percentage of success, but the great advantage of this pattern is that when it happens, the profit that is expected is far higher than the risk.